Well, let's get to something that is apparently happening right now that could lead to something significant in the short term and then obviously the long term. Is there any new daylight coming out of Santa Clara when it comes to Brandon Aiyuk and the 49ers finding the same page here?
Well, Brandon Aiyuk asked the 49ers for a meeting, which took place, I believe it was on Monday. Aiyuk then told the media that the meeting was taking place, which has kind of followed the pattern for Brandon Aiyuk through this offseason, which is whether it was staging a Zoom call with Jaden Daniels, where he claims the 49ers told him they don't want him back, which definitely didn't happen, or it's him posting, cryptic and not so cryptic tweets about every report and rumor that's out there. But from what I'm told, they had a good meeting. Aiyuk has not requested a trade. He never did. He has not at this point. The 49ers have not changed their stance, which is, yeah, they listened to trade calls before the draft. They got him about Deebo Samuel too, but the price, if they were going to move either of those guys, was going to be high. Listen, Rich, we can all talk about, Aiyuk saying like, "Oh, I thought they were never trying to trade me." Well, 99.9% of guys in the league are available at some price outside of a handful of superstars, star quarterbacks. Everybody else, you get offered enough, you're willing to listen on the guy. The 49ers listened on Brandon Aiyuk, but they weren't going to, to give him away for less than a first round pick and probably more. So once the draft passed, they were fully focused on we want Aiyuk to be a part of the team. Could that still change at some point between now and the start of the regular season? Anything's possible if, again, some team comes out of the woodwork, gives Brandon Aiyuk the contract that he wants, and is willing to give up huge compensation to the 49ers, compensation that, let's remember, if it involves draft picks, can't help the 49ers in 2024 as they push for a Super Bowl here. It sounds like everybody's going to, take the next couple of weeks, 4th of July holiday, everybody's traveling, regroup after that, see whether or not they can get to a contract extension that makes sense for Brandon Aiyuk to be in San Francisco for the long haul. This isn't a situation where Aiyuk has told them, "Hey, I don't want to be back under any circumstances." It is definitely not a scenario where they've said, "We want to give away Brandon Aiyuk. We don't want you here." It's a negotiation. It's about money. Can they get there on a deal? If they do, then he's locked up for a long time in San Francisco. If they cannot, then Aiyuk's going to have some decisions to make. Does he show up at the start of training camp? Does he give up close to $1 million or roughly $1 million a week during the regular season by beginning to miss games? I would think, this is just my speculation, but I would think Brandon Aiyuk would show up before the start of the regular season. You play out the option year on your contract, then you might be staring down a tag in 2025, and we would see where things go from there. But they're going to make another attempt. We'll see if they can get something done.
What's the number that you're hearing that he's interested in? Does he want to top Justin Jefferson? Is that what we're talking about here, or
I would be surprised if it's into Justin Jefferson territory, just because Justin Jefferson's been an All-Pro. He's broken every record. It's hard to imagine that the number is going to go that high. But if you're a wide receiver and you're looking at the other deals that got done in this offseason, I think that any top wide receiver who knows that their payday is out there for them somewhere, $30 million per year is going to be a potential aiming point. Does the Aiyuk deal go that high? Is it more in the Amon-Ra St. Brown range, which I believe is 28? At least on paper. We'll see. But obviously the 49ers haven't met Aiyuk's number yet. Sometimes, we all, I think, fans, media, everybody's looking for acrimony and everybody's going to release their list of top 5 fits for Brandon Aiyuk. It's a negotiation. There's different buttons that you can push. Some are more public than others. Aiyuk has chosen to make certain aspects of this public. All the 49ers have said publicly, and they've reiterated it privately, is we want you here. We expect you to be here. Let's still try to work something out.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.